Welcome back to History Unveiled. I'm Alex.
And I'm Jordan. Today we're continuing our exploration of Zionism, focusing on the fascinating history of the Great Russell Street Lobby headquarters in London and its pivotal role in shaping Zionist efforts from 1920 to 1965.
If you've ever walked along Great Russell Street, right next to the British Museum, you might have noticed a building at number 77 known as Bloomsbury House. It has an intriguing history as the former headquarters of the Zionist lobby in Britain.
That's right. From 1920 to 1965, this unassuming Victorian building housed the English Zionist Federation, the Jewish Agency, and other key organizations like the World Zionist Congress and the Jewish National Fund. It was a hub for lobbying efforts, even if the working conditions were far from glamorous.
The lobby's primary goal was to raise funds for the colonization of Palestine. Remarkably, they managed to raise about £14 million between 1920 and 1938, establishing the Anglo-Palestine Bank to support their initiatives.
Absolutely. The Jewish National Fund played a crucial role in professionalizing these lobbying efforts. They aimed to saturate Jewish communities with their message, using slogans and visuals to ensure that Zionism was everywhere.
Among the key figures in this lobbying effort were Dov Hose and Bro Locker, who worked tirelessly to influence British policy. But one person who stands out is Blanche Elizabeth Campbell Dugdale, affectionately known as Baffy.
Baffy was not just a passionate supporter of Zionism. She was also a writer and had connections that could be pivotal. Her relationship with Walter Elliott, a prominent politician, added another layer to their lobbying efforts.
One of the critical moments for Baffy and Elliott was the Peel Commission report in 1937. They were anxious about its recommendations, which often highlighted the negative impact of Zionism on the Palestinian community.
Exactly. Baffy even received an early draft of the report from Elliott, which she hoped to use to influence the Jewish Agency's response. However, the agency's acceptance of the report's recommendations left her feeling somewhat sidelined.
As tensions grew and the threat of war loomed, the Zionist lobby faced significant challenges. British policy began to shift, prioritizing alliances with Arab nations over support for Zionism.
This shift was a harsh reality for Baffy and Elliott. Their attempts to influence British policy became increasingly futile, especially as the looming war made Palestine a lower priority for the British government.
The lobby's primary goal was to raise hope. They worked to persuade the British government to support the establishment of a Jewish brigade to fight alongside the Allies in 1941.
Initially, it seemed promising.
However, when the British government reversed its decision, it marked a significant decline in Chaim Weizmann's influence within the Zionist movement. This was a turning point for the lobby.
Even after the establishment of Israel in 1948, figures like Walter Elliott continued to advocate for British recognition of the new state. Yet the political landscape had shifted dramatically.
Indeed, Elliott's connections with the Conservative Party were crucial, especially since Labour was in power until 1951.
His efforts to recruit Winston Churchill were met with frustration, highlighting the complexities of Anglo-Israeli relations.
As we conclude today's episode, the history of the Great Russell Street Lobby reveals the intricate and often tumultuous relationship between Zionism and British politics. It's a story of ambition, personal connections, and the struggle for influence.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us on this insightful journey. Be sure to subscribe and catch our next episode, where we'll delve deeper into the consequences of these lobbying efforts on the Israeli-Palestinian conflict.